leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. It's chasing the beer, the tickle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live! Hey!
Long Island TV and Laughter and Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live, yeah. that's
Easy,
what we're on.
easy for you to
Good
say,
to see
John.
you again. We taped last week's show, so we weren't here last week. I was doing my thing, teaching around the country. I'll talk a little bit of that because when I start talking about myself, Pat gets pissed.
No, I don't get
Nah,
pissed. Just
you
that
do.
we lose ratings.
How was Steve Lever's off camera tonight? You don't see him.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
ironed my shirt to sit in the corner tonight.
Iron shirt. He's in the corner.
And a beautiful blue T-shirt he
Got the
has on.
shirt from Target. I ironed it, and
Very
you put me in a
handsome.
corner next to a guy with the Joey coffee cakes from the Bronx Tale. Put him in the bathroom.
Put
That's
it, the
where I am
mush.
today.
The mush.
Frankie, good
right.
week.
First one,
Yes.
long.
Got a part here. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about it.
You got a nice part in the
I got a
film?
nice part in an independent film. I'm
film?
going to be shooting here in Long Island. Thank you.
When?
When?
It's going to be filming late October. I don't really know how to explain it. It's
All right, then don't.
Are you gonna be playing? Are you gonna be
Thanks for
playing a
stopping
cop?
by.
I'm not playing a cop. I'm
Oh,
actually.
because you were typecast there for a
fine.
while.
Yes, you know that one show I was typecast.
By the way, you know I
That
got- I
one
got a part for you
3-minute
in my
pod
movie.
killed him.
I got a good part for
No,
you.
I
in my
seen him
film.
on the documentary thing.
If it ever happens. Yeah.
So, well, I'm interested.
What are you gonna put? He's gonna be the one that's coming down
He's
in the
gonna be a
building.
cop, but it's a kind of good scene. It's a good scene.
Excellent. So, yeah, other than that, my son is getting ready to go back to school. Thank God. Get him out of the house.
Yeah, you don't really feel that way.
I do.
Nah. You,
Ah, your son's a good boy.
how's your
No,
wife
he's
feel?
a good kid, but
you know,
it's
I
time to
know.
go back to school.
Well, you know.
So, my wife is doing very well, thank you. And
You know how he feels about you.
I didn't ask you about your wife yet.
yes, you did. You just said, "How's your wife?"
Your wife would be
I
doing
think-
better if
all
you
right.
were going back to school.
You know what? I'd be very happy to do that. Medical school,
That was
perhaps.
Steve with his nicely ironed shirt.
Perhaps medical school.
Everybody knows Steve's voice on this show. He's a popular guy. He's a popular.
But other than
he's a
that, a
star.
great week.
Good. Patty,
Yeah,
how's the home?
everybody's good. Everything's going good. You know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. That
How's your
was
mother
good.
doing?
It was a
Great.
good
My
report.
mother's doing all right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
How's your mom? Your mom doing good? Oh, we shouldn't talk about that.
yeah, she's
all right,
doing
but she's doing good.
Yeah, she's doing good.
All right.
She's
and,
probably watching the show right now.
Hello, Mother
Sure.
Marone.
Mom,
She's a
Mrs.
big
M.
fan.
Mother
She is
Marone,
a
we
big
say hello
fan.
to you.
She's awesome.
Amy
Only thing
Solomon
I
is
think
watching.
She's more of a fan of John Santo, though. She's
Oh.
a big
Is
John
that right?
Santo
So
fan.
she's not
Yeah,
watching
everyone
tonight.
John was fired.
Yeah.
John was fired again.
Yeah.
But
All right, good. So boy, I got a lot of talking to do.
well, that's why I stopped because I know you want to get
because
your.
you guys always say, I go, oh, you're talking.
Well, you do.
How about
You
my
do.
week? So if Frankie's on the phone already, he's had done with his week.
I'm speaking to
He's
some of
face-
our,
yeah.
All right,
our
you're speaking to
guests.
some of. So we have. He wasn't supposed to be on camera yet. How did he sneak in camera? Nobody knows who he is.
He's not even
We
mic'd
didn't
up.
introduce him.
No, leave him
I
on.
don't
Leave him
know.
on.
Yeah,
Leave
Is
him
your
on.
mic on? Is your mic on?
Yes, he is.
Wait, he's got a jersey with a number on it too, so you know.
No.
Yeah,
I give
You
you. I
didn't.
told you.
No, you.
What's that? A Buddy? What's that? A Buddy Harrelson polo shirt?
I have to tell you that. Why? What do you say, Buddy Harrelson? Oh, number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3. Very good.
Oh, nice reference, Pat.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
Good for
I could have said Babe Ruth, but
our
I'm a Met fan.
California
Right.
followers. Buddy Harrelson wore number 3 with the Mets 50 years ago. All right.
Isn't he sick, Buddy
He's
Harrelson?
got Alzheimer's. It's sad,
That's
very
right.
sad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very sad. Okay.
Hey,
So
hey,
how was
Pat.
your week,
Pat, what are those? Your Bob Apodaca glasses?
Bob,
You know, we're using.
George Theodore.
Yeah. What's
These
that?
are old Mets. They're
Is
old
that your?
Mets.
Yeah, old Mets.
And you
Old
got your
Mets.
Marty Conejo chain on,
Yeah,
So
that
you-
that Mets blazer you got on there,
blazer.
or whatever that is.
yes.
It's called a
It reminds me
jersey.
from the boss scene in the Bronx Tale. Now you can't button
Hey,
it.
make sure we do MCN commercial today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, why
Make
don't you
sure.
ever do that? I always say that.
We do.
You know, the poor guy was nice enough.
Right.
He,
Well, we
he
need
treated
him-
us
we
at the
need him to
diner, and
continue
that's the last
his
year
Oh,
we
that's
heard him
right.
on the
Rumor
air.
has it he may be pulling sponsorship to another radio show.
Yeah.
Who's that?
The Benny Rizzuti show. He may be pulling his sponsorship over to there.
Really?
Oh, him?
Yeah.
No, we got to
Guys-
keep him. We
Yeah.
we lost Life back temporarily.
Why? What happened?
They
don't like
not
us.
sponsoring us anymore. We're gonna run their commercials still because we believe in the product right now.
Absolutely.
But they're not sponsored. So Pat, anything interesting happened in your week at the IRS? That's
No.
what's- All right, good. No. So
How about you,
Nothing-
John?
That's odd because,
Nothing
how was
interesting
your
ever
week?
happens.
isn't it
Yeah, I'm
great?
surprised because the IRS office is
We
usually a
put
wildly
Patty-
exciting place.
Yes, we put Patty on camera once in a while. Patty, how was your week? Nothing.
Brings nothing to the
Nothing.
table.
Nothing to
Brings
Yeah,
nothing
actually,
to the
anything
table.
happened at the IRS when
The
I
famous
can't tell
Stella
you.
Shank is on.
Yes.
Who?
Remember we had her as a guest. You like
Yeah.
fell in love with her on. She's watching the show.
I fell in love with her?
Well,
Yeah,
you
she was
tend
one
to
of
do
our
that
good
lately.
guests. Yes.
Oh.
Not as
Well, I
a not
saw.
as not in a
Right.
sexual
Oh, wait a minute.
way.
I
but
see
you know
a
what?
flyer up
He's-
there. Are
he's in
people
love
aware
with
there's a flyer
Allegra
up
Yeah,
Barnett.
not yet. No, they don't see it yet. We're not going to read. So a few things that I wanted to talk about. Now Frank says, son's going back to school. As you all know, because you know Olivia Lynn. Olivia Lynn is starting Binghamton University.
Nice.
Driving her up there on Saturday. Paula's going to be a mess. But
You're always a mess.
I got the bill. My first college tuition
Yeah.
bill.
Oh shit, we're gonna
Now
hear about
she's
this
got a
bill
full
again?
scholarship. It's a state school. She's got a
Got a
full
full
scholarship.
scholarship.
No, wait. For the tuition.
Right.
Okay, now for the room and board, housing, $5,300 for the semester.
That's really strange
All right,
because
you
my
got that in your
father,
back pocket.
For
my-
the semester,
when
not
my
for the
father
year.
went to college,
Yeah.
he didn't have to pay a thing. Oddly enough.
Why not?
Well, that's what they called it back in the day, college.
Oh, all right. But here's the
All right,
funny
guys,
part.
I bombed on that one. I
Yeah, that was bad.
No, that was nothing.
You only hit one of them.
Here's the college fee, transportation fee, technology fee, academic support fee, recreation fee, new student fee, freshman. I said to myself, that's $225. New student. Next year is a sophomore. At least that won't be on there. There'll probably be a sophomore fee.
The meal plan.
Right?
Holy man.
I don't think so because there was no. I don't think there was any extra fee for Nick because he's
What?
he's a
Yeah,
sophomore.
but we never hear
Oh.
you complaining about it. I guess because
It's
cops,
a state school,
cops
right?
pension, cops
is.
pension is much higher than
So
the
the
private
point I'm getting at here is college, state school is supposed to be cheap. College is still very expensive. So already I told Olivia
Yeah, but it
Lynn,
depends on,
Wait a minute,
on
wait
how
a
you
minute.
compare it. Like
What?
Nick was looking at schools. They were $67,000.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Marist and all those schools, even
RPI
Hofstra.
or whatever they
Wait
call
a minute.
it.
They charged you $188 for academic excellence and success fee.
That's right.
So you're being penalized if you're successful.
correct.
Wow.
All these good things. When I went to college,
Well, you would have saved money, Patty. Because
I would have gotten it for free.
You know how they do? But here's the meal plan. This is interesting.
Mary Jane is wishing your daughter very good luck at
Thank you,
college.
Mary Jane. Here is the.
Pat only paid $25 for his
Right.
GED application fee. That was it. So I mean, this is ridiculous. And look where he is. He's doing well.
It's right here.
Yeah.
got
He's
nice-
a Met fan.
Right, everything
They
everything
shot-
your mother did for you is paying off right now.
Your mom is a wonderful woman.
Great
She
job,
raised a
Mary
fine-
Jane.
A fine
Listen,
son.
if you don't buy a thing in the meal plan, if you don't buy a thing, okay, still cost you $2,000. If you don't buy one thing.
All right. So what's your point? with
Can
all
she
this?
bring food
What's your
home?
My
point?
point is, I need some money. That's
Are you,
my
are you
point.
are you bragging that
Oh.
you're sending your daughter to college?
No,
or
I'm
you're
not bragging.
on a full
or are
ride.
you looking
No.
for a GoFundMe account?
I'm looking. No, I'm not looking for a GoFundMe.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
give
just
you a
looking-
Go.
I'm looking for somebody that maybe I did a good deed for in the past to say, hey, you know what? I'm a millionaire now. It's not going to happen.
Once you
Yeah, stand on
graduate,
your
it's
head,
K to the graduation in the cafeteria. You're paying
Right.
enough money for it.
Yeah, really.
There's an idea.
I mentioned to Pat over here.
one?
Pat, I wanted him to do a segment this week on something. So I said to him, how about leftovers? All right, now,
I really don't make leftovers.
I love leftovers,
I'm a leftovers guy
and
too.
my kids think I'm
My
crazy.
father-
Wait a minute. You're talking about leftovers. If you got leftover pizza, you
Right.
just eat it
Turkey.
cold.
Well,
something like that.
or-
He's talking about creating a dish with leftovers.
No.
That's actually the thing.
That's what, that's what he's talking about.
My mother,
leftovers.
my
everybody
my
likes
uncle
that.
used to do that because when you grew up poor, you had to make the most. But no, I'm a leftovers like you eat.
Yeah,
the,
I eat a
it's
slice
chicken
of
palm.
beets.
Chicken palm. I'm
Right.
eating it. I'm eating it. Out of,
I'm
No.
both.
Turkey on Thanksgiving, you
Oh.
make a nice little sandwich, cranberry.
Well, that's
Right.
different. That's
Leftovers has described my dating experience over the past 10
The,
years.
the only leftovers I
Sloppy
would
seconds?
use. The only leftovers I use, you make a
No.
ham, you make a, you
Kids
make
are
a, you can
watching.
make a split pea soup or something like that.
Right.
You know, or a chicken. If you use the bones, you
the
can make a
soup.
soup.
By the
You
way,
know what I do a lot?
split pea, the most overrated soup in the history of soups.
Well, how do
by
you
the way.
make
It's
something
terrible.
out of
You know
TV
what I do a lot for
dinners?
breakfast? I take the leftovers, I crack 2 eggs, I mix it in with the lady for breakfast. Like if I had turkey,
I do that, too.
if I had vegetables,
make like a hash.
yeah, I just
Or a
yeah.
omelet.
So, but I thought maybe you had a specialty, like hey, if you have leftover turkey, you can make turkey croquets or something. You know,
You make turkey salad. You make something, but we don't do that. Well, look at me. Do I look like I have leftovers?
yes, a lot of them, a lot of leftovers.
Come to think of it, he's got a good point.
And when I
Don't
have
be so
leftovers,
hard on yourself,
and when-
Pat.
and when I
alright?
have leftovers-
The answer is no, but don't be so hard on yourself.
and when I have leftovers at the facility where I work at the Regency, I give them to my staff.
Sure.
I cook fresh stuff every day for everybody. I'm not a leftover guy.
But I just asked you for a simple thing, like could you?
What
help
is
me
this,
out?
chopped, or is this laughter saves lives?
Could you help me out with the show and just do the
You've
same
been
with the
chopped.
leftovers? And
So we'll have a
Listen, you know who
cook-off.
better not have any
All right.
leftovers? Your
Thank you,
daughter
Chef.
for
You've been
$2,000.
Yeah,
off the dating thing.
your daughter better come
better
back
eat.
300 pounds.
What'd you
okay?
do
She's at $1,995 worth of food. She
What'd you
better
do with
get
the
a
leftover
sandwich.
meatballs I gave you?
I ate them.
Oh, so you had no leftovers. So now you know where I'm coming from. There's
mixed
never
them with
any
his eggs.
leftovers.
You know, don't talk about meatballs. Meatballs are my biggest downfall because, like I told you, I said it last week. If there's a meatball in that refrigerator, I can feel it all night. Like I'm laying in bed and I know
calls you.
there's meatballs in there, and I'll eat the meatballs at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nothing wrong with
the
that.
only thing that I get up for is a
I
meatball.
listen. I get up and have
Yeah.
meatballs at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I
Same
get up.
thing.
I just get up
How
to
many
pee.
times is there from my neighbor's refrigerator? She is not happy about that.
She's not.
No.
Is she locking the door now? So then I, was talking
That's
to
good,
Steve.
good.
That was good.
Good.
I was talking to Steve on the phone.
Steve
We're gonna bring
Oliva.
on- We'll bring in our guest, David, in another 3 seconds. Even though he's here already.
45
and
minutes.
Pat was supposed to tell him to come. That's all right. It's all different stuff. And
Well, that's
I said
what
to
you
Steve,
get, that's what
I'm
you get when
talking
you
to
bring
Steve-
Pat on the show.
You get what you pay for.
That's true. I'm talking to Steve today on the phone.
We're all getting audited tomorrow.
And this is the kind of comic writer that Steve is. Okay?
A very good one, by the way.
He
No
has-
old jokes aside.
He had a callback or a punchline for a joke that we had on the show 6 weeks ago. And it's burning in his head here. So I figured if you want to deliver that punchline that's building for 6 weeks,
No, I don't. I really, frankly,
With all
it's
the
going to be good.
and
No,
all
no,
three
you were
viewers, all
discussing-
3 viewers can hear it.
yes. Yeah,
you
tell
were
him-
discussing.
Yes, there you go. You're brave.
It
You're
was
brave.
prom season.
Yes.
2 months ago.
2 months
So
ago.
what was the story you said? A young
There was
lady,
there was somebody who brought a tiger to the prom.
a girl brought a
tiger?
girl or a guy brought a tiger to the prom.
Correct, and they got in trouble.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting because actually the same thing happened to me. I brought a girl to the prom and I was accused of smuggling a water buffalo into the high school auditorium. So I understand.
Politically incorrect.
I
That's
understand.
us. B.I.
Listen,
But
I didn't say it. And folks,
just happened.
folks, I was going to bury this joke, but John brought it up, so I'm brave enough to say it.
I
She's
don't know
doing
why
very well.
I live so. Let's bring up our first flyer there. Friday, August 24th, in the Bronx.
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
The Bears.
Headlining that show is John Santo. I couldn't find the headliner. John Santo is headlining
couldn't
the show.
find it.
Everybody do Trump right now. Everybody
Caitlin
for Trump.
Murphy is on the show. Johnny
Caitlin
LaRocchia
Murphy.
and Patty G.
Yes.
Can we bring up that flyer on the screen for our
Yes.
audience there? It's in the Bronx.
Oh, and he's got his look at that picture, Patty. G.
we're-
Was that in high school, Patty? That picture?
It's for this
that's
young man.
my prom with the water buffalo.
What is
Yes.
what is this? I keep forgetting to look. What does this young man have there? I can't read.
I
the
think he
flyer.
has leukemia, John.
Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
So it's gonna be a nice night. We're gonna have a good show, and we're gonna raise money for this young man.
Right, and for all my friends who want to know why they never know where I'm playing, it's because John never puts me on the flyer, so I will.
Oh, are you
also
on that
be
show
there.
too?
I am, yeah.
All right.
Frank Viola. So
We got movie stars
You'd never know it.
performing.
You'd never know it.
No, I added you.
And he did ask me to go on it, but I didn't
Right.
realize I had a show that
Right.
night too, so I
added
won't
you,
be there
didn't
with
I
you.
added you later on after
You know what?
the flyer.
Yeah.
Whatever,
All right, so it
whatever
is what
works.
They should be happy somebody
All right, so
put
we're
you
back
Somebody's
live
putting me on
with
fire.
David Bram. David Bram is here.
By the way,
Friend-
that water
Who's
buffalo,
David Bram?
All right, hold on.
that water
water
buffalo
buffalo
situation,
Yes.
it was a beautiful night until she pooped on the 3-point line, and that was just disgusting. There was no reason for that.
You remember when you said that you wanted to let this joke die?
Yeah, less is more.
Sometimes it's best to let the dead rest.
Yeah, but I was going to try.
Go
not to
into the
wreck-
well too many times.
I apologize. Then she charged and headbutted the principal, and it was just.
So people are not going to really believe Patty G when he says you're a good writer. But who's the new guest we got on?
We got David Bram on.
David
Patty
Bram,
G.
welcome.
Bram, hey.
David is a coworker of mine.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Right.
yes.
So,
And,
so not only do you have to sit with him for 8.5 hours a day, you have to come here now tonight.
yes,
and he's-
yes.
I try to
and,
avoid it, but
But it's a
You
pleasure,
want to
pleasure
go
meeting
into
you.
this? You want me to?
You know, no, because you're going to do it anyway, so go.
No, because
No,
you're
no,
going to
no,
do it
go.
anyway.
Well, it's better to have an
All right,
educated
all
guy
jokes
say it.
I'm going to bite my fig.
David has Crohn's disease and agreed to come on the show.
Thank you,
And
David.
let us know very quickly. I'm going to do just a little synopsis.
Right.
Okay.
You're not good at quick, though, but good.
Well, and this is not the part where you make fun of me.
Right,
Okay. All
right.
Crohn's disease is a chronic inflammatory bowel disease that infects the lining of the digestive tract. The inflammation can run from the mouth down to the bowel region. It can cause abdominal pain, diarrhea, weight loss, anemia, and fatigue. Some people may be symptom-free most of their lives. Others may experience these symptoms chronically and severely. There is currently no cure. Medications such as steroids and what they call, immunosuppressants can slow the progression. Surgery is required if the meds don't work. Sufferers also need regular screenings for colorectal cancer because your risk is significantly increased.
Well,
That's the basics
not
of
an
Crohn's.
easy topic to talk about.
No, not at all.
So you coming on tonight, we really appreciate it. We're having some fun up here up front, and we always have some laughs. But we like to try to get some good information out there. And I was pretty ignorant to what, in
You're
general,
always- you're
yeah, I know,
always
Right, in general.
what this was all about, Crohn's, and I did a little research on it. But I guess it's different for different people. It does not sound like a whole lot of fun. It sounds like it's something that. How did it affect you, and at what age did it?
I started receiving the symptoms like probably when I was about 22, 23 years
So
old.
is that old to get the symptoms? Is that average?
It could range. There's juveniles out there. There's young ones, and they're like young 8, 9, 10 years old. Yeah, anybody could.
Right. Am I wrong, or did I? Because I know they do a run and a fundraiser, and it's Crohn's and colitis. Are they related?
Yes, they are digestive
cousins.
diseases. Crohn's, colitis, and ulcerative colitis, and also diverticulitis. They're all.
You get
digestive.
nausea. You get nausea from this.
Yeah, sometimes.
When I did that water buffalo joke, did any of that set in?
No.
No, but
Probably gonna when the show's
no,
over.
but what I'm trying, what he was trying, but they're not related, and they're not the same disease. What he's
They
trying
are not
to,
the same. No,
Yeah,
Crohn's
yeah.
would be the worst of the three.
Okay.
Because I just had my colonoscopy and I have diverticulosis. I didn't have polyps, but I have
Diverticulitis.
I have that.
No, I have
there's
diverticulosis.
Really?
It's diverticulosis until you get an attack. When it's attack,
Right.
it's
Is that
diverticulitis.
right?
Yes,
I stand
yes.
corrected.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what role does probiotics play in Crohn's disease?
Probiotics can help ease the digestive system so that you don't have
What is probiotics?
the painful
You should know.
symptoms that
I take
come
it.
along
I
with
take it.
the
It's a
disease.
line. I take.
No, I mean, is it a pill? Is it a?
It's your acidophilus,
It's
your
a good-
bifidus. It's your beneficial gut bacteria.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Acidophilus bifidus.
The good bacteria.
Yeah, like
Activia,
Activia, the yogurt.
Activia,
Yeah.
believe it or not, pickles.
Yeah. Well, I
Pickles
use
are
I
excellent,
take a line. It's a little, they take a pill every morning.
Take a
Dave,
line.
well,
So let's-
You're doing
let's-
lines.
Let's let. So you 22, you start getting some symptoms of. You didn't know what it was, obviously.
No, I did
actually,
not.
right? So, other than diarrhea, what else? What else?
It was nausea. I didn't want to eat, and I love to eat.
And then
I
all of
didn't
a
want to
sudden,
eat.
You
All
lost
of
a lot of
sudden-
weight, right?
because of it.
At
Yeah.
that point, I did not because it was just like coming and going until
Right.
I got into my later 20s, and that's when it just everything all
Full
went. Yeah, it went to hell.
Genetic,
Like
genetic,
life.
genetic.
they say it's genetic, but I've looked into my family history, and we don't have any family that actually has it.
Was there a special test you took to find out? Colonoscopy or blood test or something?
Endoscopy, colonoscopy, done all the tests
Now-
that they have out there.
When people talk about irritable bowel syndrome, is that the same thing, or is that part of irritable, or is that a whole separate?
It's a
separate
IBD.
thing.
It's irritable bowel disease. The irritable bowel syndrome that's just like just you have undue symptoms of certain things that you might eat. It might trigger your your digestion to act a little wacky.
But irritable bowel disease is part of the Crohn's and colitis, or is that?
That's yes, the disease portion of like the syndrome is like a little less.
I just want you to realize he's not a doctor. He's just in here because he's got Crohn's
Right,
disease.
but he has
No,
it,
but
so
I'm
he
sure
would know.
he's well educated on.
Oh no, that
condition.
he is. That
yeah.
that I know he is.
But we brought
Dave,
him
what
on
is
for
it?
Crohn's.
What is
Hold
it?
on,
Oh.
just wait till the doctor.
To the doctor.
We're having.
Oh yeah, you went to medical school. I'm
I
sorry.
never went to
Hey,
medical
don't
school. I
stop.
wanted
We
to.
agreed to stop
I
doing
wanted
that.
to.
Dave, you have
However,
to,
I've had a lot of friends who have the
You have a lot of
Crohn's.
friends who've played them on TV.
Yes, who have the Crohn's, and
Figure's
they would be
Yeah, so it's
incapacitated for
now,
days.
how did
at
you
a time.
know? How did you know the symptoms weren't just from sitting next to Pat in the office?
Could be.
Could have
I mean, look at this guy right here.
You could exacerbate them on a Monday morning.
I didn't get it from sitting next to me. Dave, what is a typical day like for you when your symptoms are really flaring up? I mean, I know sometimes you
you the men's
have
room like every 5 minutes,
I've
nauseous, what?
when
You lose weight, I know that.
When I didn't have my symptoms under control, I was going to the bathroom 24, 25 times a day. And it was just like, it was chaos. And I didn't even know what was going on.
Sure.
It was just like, I didn't know which if I was coming, if I was
Now,
going.
did you go to the doctor? How quickly did you? I mean, we all you go to the bathroom 3 times a day, 4 times a day. When was it you said, man, there's something wrong with me. I got to get this checked
I'm a
out.
typical man. So,
Right.
I was like, I'm very stubborn. And I was
Right.
like, oh, no, I'm fine.
fine, sure.
Probably stress, being married to this woman that I was married to.
Right.
Working with
I thought you
Pat.
pointed the
She
Pat.
watching,
working
bro?
with Pat, too.
She watching?
Probably not. No, I'm divorced.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
She doesn't.
All right.
She doesn't care.
Now let me ask you a serious question that every American man hangs his hat on, so to speak, and lives for. Can you eat pizza?
I can, sure, yeah. I make good pizza. My kids love my pizza.
Nice.
Yeah,
See?
I
So,
make good
all right,
pizza.
good.
What do you
good.
need to stay away from with this?
I don't know if I'm as good as him, though. See, look at me. You can tell.
You look like the number 10.
No, but you have to follow a special diet with this, or
Yes, I try to.
what foods do you have to stay away?
It's hard because you need to eat to survive.
Sure.
So
Right.
What foods do you have to stay away from
I
that will give you?
try
It's
to
a big
stay away
no-no.
from like seeds and nuts, things that are too hard to break down.
Right.
Because it's just not, it's complicated.
Right.
Because
It
it's
can
just
inflame.
yes.
Inflammation.
the spicy foods.
Isn't
could-
it the
could
same with the
trigger
diverticulosis?
a
Dive-
trigger
well,
attack.
it's I never really had it. Thank
Because
God, I
the
never had
diarrhea-
that. But it
I shouldn't say.
it is similar. What you say, like you're supposed to have a high fibrous diet. Like I'll take Metamucil to keep.
Pat, I'm looking at you. I'm
and stuff like that.
diagnosing you with constipation just
No,
visually.
I'm just. He's asking me to. What'd you say?
I'm visually diagnosing you with
He
constipation.
obviously has a little bit of a fetish tonight with feces and.
Yes.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yes, and he likes picking on me all the time, so he's happy that I'm here tonight.
Well, you two guys
but
are
but
like
I'm sure
What
it's,
do you mean I
I'm
have
sure
a
it's
fetish?
similar. Like
Dave's
my,
got Crohn's
my mother
disease.
gets a lot of like.
It's a
And you haven't
thing
stopped
tonight.
talking about
My mother used to get diverticulitis
I am
attack,
obsessed with
and
it.
she'd end up in the hospital sometimes. But the doctor always told her to take Metamucil, and then her other doctor, she had to take a line, and that's been working for her. Thank God, she hasn't had anything. So I think the high fiber. But when you have a diverticulitis attack, you can't have any fiber. You have to have non-fiber stuff.
Yeah.
So, with your case, with Crohn's, is fiber good for you, or is it?
I tend to go with the fiber sometimes, but I just try to eat I try to see what works for me. As I said, I cook
Right.
my own meals, so I know what I'm putting into my body, so it like helps out a little more.
Does it get tough? Like if you're out during the day, do you have to like? Does it get tough like to go out to a fast food, or do you bring your meals? You like
I
you go to work.
tend to cook my own meals and bring them to work because I'll know if something triggers it. It's easier to tell.
Right.
John, that's
what
very
it is that triggers it.
it's very sensitive of you.
to eat a fig.
Poor Dave is talking about his restricted diet. You're shoving food and
Are you not allowed to eat
rifling
figs?
food in
Oh
your
no,
mouth.
I
No, this will go. This will go
They
right
got
through you.
seeds in
Yeah.
them. They have seeds in them.
You can eat
That
all
was
my
fun.
food.
Now, Dave,
natural.
Yeah, you
Dave,
might
would
want to
you
mute your phone.
would you
See,
say
like, the seeds in the figs, that might bother me a little bit.
is that right?
Because they
Yeah.
have those little seeds that when you eat them.
Would
All
you
right,
say
so-
your symptoms?
So you discovered this when you were like 20
You
something?
can let somebody else answer the
I
question.
got
Oh,
diagnosed.
sorry, you guys are sitting there playing. I'm sitting there keeping the conversation
I
going.
got diagnosed when I was 20. What was it? 20? I believe it was 27. 2006. I got diagnosed with Crohn's.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, I won't ask no more questions no more. That's all right. I mean, I'm trying to
you
keep the
just-
show going, you know?
I'm trying to get the show. When am I on?
It's better off when it's off.
You were diagnosed at 26. What was the thing that was it a blood test? Because you said initially that you weren't diagnosed, right? So was
No,
it a
it
blood
was-
test?
At first, I went through a series of tests at the lab. And like a barium, I drank this chalky.
Yeah.
Was it constant bathroom
Like you do
trips
for
where
the
you were
colonoscopy.
anemic that initially?
That's not so bad anymore.
Yeah, I drank contrast, and then in 2006, I finally got diagnosed. Colonoscopy is what confirms that you have what you
Oh,
might
yeah?
have. If you have a digestive disease, it'll tell you right away if you know. But the prep before the test is the worst part.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
I have to do it all the time because I'm in a higher risk.
you mean the drinking that crap?
I was-
you have to drink the stuff.
I've
to
done it.
clean
I've done
yourself
it
out.
3 times. I've had colonoscopies. How many of you had?
One.
Just the one?
First one, yeah.
Anybody else?
I've had
Yeah,
I've had 3,700 of them.
But that was just.
That was at the Anvil in
You
the
really-
village.
that's
Don't talk
something
about
else.
it.
At the manhole.
to really be
That
funny
was
tonight.
at,
It's not
that was
working.
at the manhole in Manhattan.
You're thinking
I've
of something else.
It's almost like you're
I've
on
had 3
stage
of them.
tonight. Most of your
Right,
jokes
right.
are
It
bombing.
runs, the cancer runs in my family, so.
Yeah, my mother had
Same here.
colon cancer.
Same here. Yeah.
So,
Dave, would you say your symptoms nowadays are severe, manageable?
I say
Like,
I'm like in the
how is the-
moderate level because like it seems like everything I do I just can't get any better where I'm at. But it's gotten better than I've been before.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago he was down. He was what were you about 40 pounds lighter than you are now?
Oh my God.
I mean,
yeah?
he was. It was scary. Yeah, he was 100.
6'3", and I was
6'3".
what do you weigh
100.
now? What do you weigh now?
like 147.
Yeah.
You were 40 pounds lighter than you are now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was. He had that gaunt look and everything.
Make
It
sure it
was
didn't fall
scary.
through the
Yeah.
cracks in the wood floor.
So this affects your social life a lot. Like if you know mentally and you know you're worrying about a flare up or something like that, it must
Absolutely,
affect. Yeah.
absolutely. It's
So what do you
hard,
do
though.
mentally to keep positive? Do you do yoga or
I think
anything?
my rock is my children. They like help out. Like,
How old are they?
I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old boy. I have 2 sons.
Okay.
Yes, that
Very
helps.
Yep.
It's my rock right there.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty tough.
I have
man.
a supportive family, but those 2 right there, they really help me out a lot.
Thank God.
Does it affect?
They rely on me. You know,
Right.
through life.
Well, yeah, you need to be there for them, and that keeps you going at times. Do you work out at all? Are you able to work out?
I try to, but I don't want to overdo it because
Right.
because of the medicine I take. Sometimes I get like lightheaded and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So like, I try to I do a lot of calisthenics. I'll play basketball, go swimming. Try to keep it light. I don't want to like lift any heavy weights because
Yeah.
Are you restricted traveling? Like, can you go on vacations with the kids, and or is like God forbid there's a flare up or something? You know, as a restricted
as
like.
long as there's a bathroom nearby, I'm good.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only thing.
I don't
It's
think
like,
they have
That's
any
all right.
restrictions
Yeah.
on the planes if you have Crohn's. You know, I think they let you on.
Right.
Is that right?
It's not like the terrorist. It's not like a terrorist warning
No,
list. They don't have a, they don't have a
You
Crohn's
go to a
warning
medical
list.
detector like a Crohn's detector.
They pull him aside.
And he's going like this. Really? Oh, okay.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking at you going, oh, that's good. That's really good.
They pull him off the line.
Yeah, they have a special for the rides too. They have a special Crohn's.
But you know what? I get nervous
That'd
sometimes.
be pretty cool.
I get nervous
Past
sometimes
residents
on
feel
a
the
flight
same way.
when you're not allowed to get up, or you're landing and taking off. You know, if I just got to pee and I'm thinking, oh, I better pee now. We're gonna be. It must sometimes panic you. I would think that if you're in a situation where there's not a bath, somebody's in the bathroom and there's only one bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I've had those situations. I've had a lot of like bad experiences
Yeah.
that I don't really want to get into.
No.
Nobody
No,
wants
it's got
to
to
hear
take,
about that.
but it's got to
yeah.
take a toll on you. I mean, you know,
Pat's residents feel the same way
I'm
between
mentally
second
strong,
and third
though,
course.
when you go through a simple virus and stuff, it takes a toll on you. People who are in the house,
Oh, it's multiplied.
and then
by,
you
like,
got to worry
10,
about getting
15
in the
times,
bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like I have, like, you know, sometimes you'll eat something and it'll bother you.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
So now,
like,
do you get
times 10.
do your sons get checked every year or every other year to see you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good question. What do they do
Actually,
to check
I
them?
wanna get my sons checked just to make sure that confirm or deny that that they don't have anything.
Right.
But my oldest.
But they may
son,
not have it
he has
now, but that
allergies,
doesn't mean they
so
can't get it.
How old is? Oh, I'm sorry. How old?
My sons are 10 and 8 years old.
Okay.
Now this I was researching Crohn's. It's considered rare because only under, not that it's any consolation that people have it, it's under 200,000 people a year get diagnosed with it. So it's actually considered rare.
Is there a percentage of
So
the
make them
population?
feel even better.
No, that I didn't
didn't
get
say
into the demographics. It was discovered in 1932 by Dr. Beryl Crohn.
Ah.
Okay.
What a coincidence.
Yes, that's where the name comes
Was
from.
he on the toilet when he discovered it?
Okay, Stevie, you were doing so good. Come on.
What?
He was doing real good because he wasn't saying anything.
You gotta see Steve's face when he delivers the lines. I don't think
He's
he wants-
terrific.
He throws it out there. And then he
Hey, don't forget.
He's like like Ed McMahon tonight.
you got an
but, Ed
835
McMahon was
calling.
funny.
Yeah. Let's do the. I tell you what.
We got to do a couple of
Let's do
commercials.
the MCM duck cleaning now. We'll do the life back in a minute because Ashley's going to be coming on any second. So MCM is a buddy of ours. Does a great job, Matt. Established in 2003. Background, he does HVAC systems. Matthew Nichols realized the need to provide better, cleaner, and safer environment, not only for his own family, but for the families in his community. MCM has now expanded to both Suffolk and Nassau and provides services for both residential and commercial properties. Piece of fig right here. Their goal is to be the #1 source for HVAC cleaning and provide high quality service, not only for the first time, but every time. 631-885-5736, MCM Duct Cleaning. Give Matt a call. And on a side note, you always want to support people who are good people. You want to use their service. He's been good to Laughter Saves Lives. He's been good to the fire department out there in what fire department is he from? Green Lawn. A really, really good guy.
Terrific.
And it's important.
Butch Seltzer has a very important thing.
Yes,
Yes,
so I was
yes.
going to bring it up. But,
Yeah, Dwight Eisenhower had Crohn's.
Is that right? I never
so,
knew that. Is
So that does
right?
not exclude you from running for president
Yeah.
and getting elected.
Butch,
That's where he spent most
getting
of his
elected.
Butch comes
presidency, I
up some
think.
useful information.
I was waiting.
October 19th flyer, the gala. Can you guys just bring that one up, the October 19th? That was quick, beautiful. All right, so October 19th, Laughter Saves Lives, almost gala. The Virginia LaRocchia, after my mom, Laughter Saves Lives, almost gala.
Now, is this flyer
Babylon.
almost done?
They're never. This one is almost
gonna
done.
have it
We
done
may
by
change
Right,
it.
like the
October?
gala, it's almost.
Yeah, we may change it if, depending on how Pat does in the show coming up, he may get erased from that flyer.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a great lineup.
Make it a race
it's gonna
from
be
the
it's going to be a great night. We're going to have great food. Have some.
We got Patty and Frank who are headlining the
kitchen?
The kitchen.
I'm featuring, he's headlining.
They're gonna put together a nice menu.
Well, we got Joe too. Joe's going to be helping us, isn't he? Or no?
Joe, yeah. Diane's gonna make her penny alla vodka.
This just in, President Gerald Ford had rickets.
So the gala's gonna be a great night. We're gonna honor the guys who were lost in the helicopter crash from the 106. And Captain Bocci from the FDNY. We're gonna honor him. He did a lot for the brothers after 9/11. It's gonna be a fun night. We got Jeff Norris, Maureen Langan, J.J. Boyd, Patty G's doing his spot. Come dressed, 1920s theme. We would discuss it.
Yeah, I always got 1920s outfits in my closet.
Dave may
Yes.
come on out.
What did you want to wear again?
Yeah,
you wanna
we're
wear the
gonna-
Dodgers?
Joe,
You wanted to
can
get
invite-
dressed like the Flapper Girls,
You
right?
get dressed as the Yankee guy, right? You gonna dress as the
Me,
Yankee?
I'll never dress as a
Not
Yankee.
you, him.
Hell.
He's a
I
Yankee.
might.
By the way, Pat's
Maybe I'll dress
shirt
as a
What are you gonna
1920s
dress
cop.
as?
Pat's jersey's
Hold
short
my
for
hand up,
Metamucil. He's
shaking
really
people
into that
down.
stuff. What?
John, I think we're making food. We can invite Dave. We probably got food he could eat there, right?
Of course.
Well, listen,
Whatever Dave wants. David, you can come, Dave.
Sure.
Come. We'll give you the discount, the discounted price.
Tickets
We'll
are-
give you
No,
glad to
I'll
have
pay
you.
for his
tickets
ticket.
are
I'll pay for it.
$125.
gotta make up for
You're a real sport. Huh?
We'd like to
Right now,
invite you
your
as our
favorite-
guest at $125.
We should be expecting a call about now, just so you guys know it. Dave, it's gonna be a fun night. Flappers, 1920s theme.
And we have bathrooms there, so don't
And we
worry
got
about it.
Les
Plenty of
Diaz.
bathrooms.
Dave's bringing his own porta potty.
He's pulling up his own porta potty.
So it's clean.
We have
That's right.
what's his name?
You can
Les
just sit on
Deegan.
it while during the show.
Les Deegan.
Les Deegan's going to be doing some crooning from the 1920s.
Yes, Les,
Terrific.
that's right.
Oh,
We
good.
forgot. Why didn't you
If I
put
ever hear
him?
Les sing? It's
Why didn't you
terrific.
put him on the fly? That'll be. You should have Les on the
No,
fly.
we should add Les.
Wait a minute.
there.
Really
He's
should.
anti-Semitic.
What is that? We should add him. Laughter Saves Lives live. Who's on the air?
Hello, this is Ashley.
Hello,
Ashley.
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Have you been watching any of the show?
No, I haven't.
That's why.
Good
That's
move.
why she
Good
called
move.
in.
Neither is anybody else, so don't worry about it.
Had you been watching, we probably would have had to fill.
Yeah, if you probably were watching, you wouldn't have called in, Ashley.
I'm sorry?
I said if you were watching, you probably wouldn't have called in.
Oh,
So-
maybe I would have.
Ashley is the daughter of a Terry, who I used to work with at the FDNY at Hazmat. A very, very good man. Am I right, Ashley?
Absolutely.
And Ashley was kind enough to call in. Now, Ashley, we did have a guest. He's still sitting here, David Bram.
This just in.
Hello.
Hillary Clinton has varicose veins.
No, she doesn't. So, Ashley, tell us a little bit about your experience with Crohn's. At what age were you diagnosed, and what age did you start showing the symptoms?
Okay, so I was probably like 19, 20.
Around the same age.
I felt like I just started feeling like I was going to the bathroom every single time I ate anything.
Right.
And I was in college, and I told my dad about it, and people were just like, "Oh, I wish I could do that." You know what I mean? Like, and kind of not making a big deal of it. And
Right.
eventually, I saw a gastroenterologist, and he just gave me kind of over-the-counter stuff to kind of wash my system out. And then I started feeling this lower abdominal pain, and my dad took me to the hospital, and they found blood in my urine, and then they found an infection in my intestines. They did a colonoscopy, and I was in the hospital for about a week. And then my father and I checked me out because I needed to go back to school.
Right.
He didn't want me to miss a lot of classes. And, the doctor advised not to, but we got over-the-counter medicine, and I went to school, and then 2 weeks later I came home to do something in the city, and I woke up in the middle of the night. I had taken my painkiller. Once it wore off, I just was having the worst pain. I couldn't move from the fetal position, and I was just laying in the bathroom crying, and my father found me and took me to the hospital, and the infection that I had grew from 2 centimeters to 8 centimeters, and it was pressing against my uterus. And I don't really remember a lot of what happened, but I was rushed to Mount Sinai in the city from upstate. And then I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks. I had to have lower abdominal surgery. I had 4 inches of my small intestines removed, my right ovary, right fallopian tube, my appendix.
Ashley, go back to how long from when you first started showing the signs and the symptoms there did the whole experience that you just described?
So I would say like I probably was dealing with it for a few months, just not really thinking anything of it, without like not real stomach pains or anything,
Right.
just going to the bathroom a lot.
Right.
And then towards the end, I started feeling the pains, it kind of felt like a cramp, like I had cramps, and it
Yeah.
was hard to decipher it between that and period cramps.
All right. You guys have any? Because I have a few more. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, you have any questions? So, so you start experiencing these pains. What was the first thing that helped you kind of deal with this, kind of live with it? Was there anything in particular that you did that started to make it better?
I mean, I guess I changed my diet, and then I kind of learned what I needed to do. Eventually, I could start eating kind of whatever I wanted, but I kind of, they gave me a whole nutrition thing of what I could and couldn't eat. I had to stay away from things that I can't digest, like corn and nuts and seeds and things like that.
Right.
Kind of stay away from a lot of fried foods until you start to feel better, and you kind of start to try to live life normally with your medication, and that's really all that I did. I just, I didn't want to be hooked on painkillers a lot, so it's just you just kind of take them as little as you can. You have flare-ups here and there. I've been living with this since 2007 now, so
Right.
I have flare-ups every once in a while, and I know what to do. I just kind of have to stay home and, not really eat much and just kind of stay on like a liquid-based diet, and then eventually like kind of things start to get back to normal again.
It sounds like it's a tough way to live, and like I was talking to David over here. Is there anything you do psychologically to keep your spirits up? Exercise, yoga, stuff like that?
I mean, I definitely exercise. I have a lot of anxiety, not even just about the Crohn's, but just about stuff, everything, life. So going to the gym just kind of like helps me deal with that, and it helps with the Crohn's too, because I kind of stay at like maintain a certain weight. If I start to gain a lot of weight, my triglycerides go up, and I'm in a lot worse shape.
So, but you're able to. I would think you wouldn't be able to gain weight with Crohn's.
I mean, if I don't listen to my body and I just keep eating whatever I want, you know, eventually like something bad would happen. I just, if I want to eat McDonald's or something like that, I will allow myself to, but I know that I'm gonna not feel so good afterwards. Right. You know?
Yeah, I guess
Never bothered Pat before, but I understand. Ashley, does stress play a big role in it? Like, because the anticipation of having an attack kind of thing?
When I'm stressed, I definitely trigger a flare-up more. It's kind of, stress definitely increases pain, increases issues with my stomach. So I kind of, but you're at work. Obviously, you're going to get stressed out. So, I kind of just try to keep calm as much as I can and just remain professional and, but absolutely, stress is a huge, huge deal.
Can I ask you what you do for a living now?
I work in client services for a real estate research company.
Very good. Very good. You guys have any other questions for Ashley?
Well, maybe what can people do out there? Maybe a suggestion of what people what they should do if they get these symptoms. What they should look.
Yeah, I guess Pat's saying like, what should people do when they get the symptoms? And David, maybe from a more male perspective and male macho point of view, the way guys are, like he started getting some signs and symptoms, but he didn't want to think there was anything wrong with him. So he kind of avoided that for a little while. To me, it sounds like yours was a little more dramatic, came on a little more heavy,
Right, and a lot of the reason I think that it ended up being as worse as it got was because for all those months I felt like, even the gastroenterologist that I was seeing, I felt like he was making me feel like I was crying wolf, like it wasn't really like a big deal. He sent me over the counter medicine and I ended up throwing it up, and I called him back and he's like, well, let's see what happens over the weekend. And by the weekend I was in the hospital. Yeah. So, I'm not with him anymore. I have a different doctor now, but, I felt like it could have been caught maybe like a few months earlier had the doctor had issued a colonoscopy earlier.
So a good tip
but
is
I
to
feel
get
like
a
a lot of
second
the
opinion.
stomach issues, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, colitis, they're all very similar and they all have very similar symptoms. So anyone tells me that they have issues with their stomach and, they see blood in their stool or, something like that, I always tell them definitely go see a gastro.
Right. Pat has a question for you.
Ashley, I know, I'm sure this is difficult in a lot of ways for you. What do you find the most difficult about this whole thing? Is it the symptoms themselves when they flare up, or is it the anticipation of, oh my God, here we go again kind of thing?
It's honestly, it's not even the flare-ups. It's making myself, I get nervous going on a flight, like if I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. I had to become more comfortable going to the bathroom in public,
Right.
Okay.
and going at work and stuff like that, because that's just how I live. Sometimes I'll go like 6 times a day, and it's just like that's like a normal thing,
Right.
So that's what is the most embarrassing thing, that I have to be comfortable enough to be able to talk to that and tell my boss the truth that today I need to work from home because I need to be near a bathroom. I cannot do the hour-and-a-half commute into the city today.
And
I have to be able to be honest with them about it.
Right, and you have an understanding boss.
Right, they all know about the Crohn's. I mean,
Okay.
I've worked there for 7 years now, so
You have any questions?
they know all about. They've been there through. I've had not even flare-ups, but I've had issues with my pancreas. I had pancreatitis twice. From just not from the Crohn's, and
Right.
being more susceptible to issues. You know, my pancreas was really bad, and I was in the hospital for a good 4 days. You know, so my work has been understanding through all that stuff.
Well, I can't thank you enough for calling in and sharing your story. I hope, you know, we're not only live, people watch this show on delay, and hopefully it helps somebody out there. Because you were really open and honest with us, and I know that's not easy when you're talking about running to the bathroom or whatever. No, that was great. Did I DJ your communion party or your sister's, or both? Do you remember?
Say that again.
I was the DJ at your communion party or
I
your
think
sister's.
both of ours, actually.
Don't bring up bad
both of our communions.
Both of your communions, right?
They've since converted
Yeah.
to Judaism.
Yeah. Tell Dad he still owes me, I think, a few $100.
Okay.
Isn't she going through enough without having
Yes.
to bring that up?
And do you never want to hear the chicken dance again?
Or the Macarena.
You're not supposed to play it 3 times? Let's hear it for Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Good luck to
You're gonna
you.
do
Say hello to
Life
Dad.
You're gonna do
Thank
Life
you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, let's do the Life Vac commercial, and then we'll show another flyer after that. We'll go to Life Vac.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad.
Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
They're not looking for clones.
And we're back. Laughter
All they
Saves
did
Lives
olives and
live.
everything else,
Did
but,
we
you know,
show
like-
all the flyers? I know we had 2. We have the show, Patty, at St. Margaret's.
Same
We didn't show
about
that
me and
one,
John
right?
go back to our
What
hometown.
is that, 9/14?
That's September 14th.
September 14th. Hey, there we go.
There he is.
Where you gonna be?
This is good. This is an exciting night for Patty and I. We both grew up in Middle Village, Queens. Did you go to St. Margaret's?
First and second grade.
First and second grade.
First and second grade.
I went there for 8 years. I went to kindergarten,
Right.
PS 49.
First and second grade for 8 years.
No, yeah. It sounded that way, right? Maureen Langan again is headlining the show. This John Santo again.
John is going to be terrific.
And you know,
Now,
John
you did the
Santo.
show last year, though. You did the show St. Margaret's in the gym.
Yes, with Santo.
You know,
No,
John
not with
Santo
Santo.
complains every year that
I know.
every week you don't put him. You got him
My
on the show every week.
old
Right, he's been on every show.
elementary school in the gym where I scored 40 points.
Oh, I thought you said you scored.
No, that's
Right.
the whole season. That
I thought
was the
you
whole
scored
season.
with some girl in the
No,
gym.
That was the whole 8 years.
40 points. So
That was
St.
the whole 8
Margaret's,
years.
come out to that
Right,
show
yes.
September 14th. We're back with David Bram. Ashley had called us.
Tough
and-
stuff.
Tough stuff.
Tough stuff.
Her situation sounds very similar to yours, but it seemed like hers came on a little stronger. Maybe I just, you know,
More
that's
acute. A more acute
acute
attack.
is the word. She is cute.
That's a
You know,
medical term.
I didn't want to
Oh,
ask
you're
her,
the
but I
guy that
wondered if
studied
it
medical.
affects her ability to have a baby. She said she had a problem with the uterus and the
Yeah,
fallopian
I
tubes,
wasn't
you
going to
know.
ask you that.
That's for another show. That's for
Right.
another episode
If she
when we get
wanted
on
to-
fallopian tubes
Right.
and
Yeah, I didn't
tubes
wanna,
and stuff.
you know.
But I was asking. I
get
was
onto
asking.
the
I was
reproductive-
asking him
Well,
a
you know
question.
what? I feel comfortable. Dave, can you get pregnant? I feel comfortable.
He hasn't
I
yet.
have 2 babies.
There you go. That's right.
I was asking Dave a question off calendar,
Go.
camera.
And calendar.
Calendar too.
Both of them.
And I was wondering, like, if you go for a simple, like, if you don't have any symptoms and you're going for your colonoscopy at 50 when you're supposed to be, I wonder if they could detect if you had Crohn's or anything, like,
That's- yeah,
or if
they'll
they
check
have to,
for-
they have to do a special test when they go in there. That's what I was
They'll
curious.
check for polyps. They'll go in and check for if you have colon cancer. There's like rectal cancer, anal cancer.
So I guess they could see it when with the scope
Yeah,
and stuff. They
yeah.
could tell by if you have, yeah.
You know, laughter
This
saves.
just in, Betsy Ross had to clap.
She wasn't a first lady. You were doing first ladies, right? Well,
No, he said,
you had to go to Betsy Ross just because she had the clap.
Betsy Ross was the first lady. She was married to the guy with the wooden teeth. What was his name?
No, she
GW,
wasn't.
it's the guy with the bridge and the money.
Martha.
She wasn't
Martha
a
was
first
married
lady.
to Jew.
Oh,
Betsy
Betsy
Ross
Ross
did the
And she
flag.
didn't really want us to speak about.
All right, obviously
Right,
American
right.
history is not one of our strong suits here.
Martha Washington.
David,
yes.
laughter saves lives. We talk about, some topics here. We try to have some fun. what you went through, what you're going through is no fun. Okay, but you need to laugh. We all need to laugh.
Absolutely.
All right. So, is there anything that you've done over the years to help you get through a day or situation that made you laugh about something that was going on?
Oh, I mean, like when I'm really down and out. And
Yeah, when
I'm
you're down,
having a
you're
really
going
bad
through
flare.
Crohn's. But was there a time where you were at a doctor, where where you said, "I'm just going to laugh today. I'm going to try to make the best of this."
That's what I feel. Actually, I feel when I do feel down and out and I start laughing, I feel a lot better. It really laughter does make you happier.
Laughter releases something.
The endorphins.
It
So
really does.
that-
We have a call.
So
John.
ironically,
people
though,
don't experience that
he
when
watched
they're at a
one of
Steve
your
Levy
videos,
show.
and he just
You
didn't
know?
make him feel any better.
And also music. I always
Let the music be the doctor.
Absolutely.
Music
Music.
makes
That's
me
the Doobie
feel
Brothers.
so much better. And stupid
Always,
iPod. I
always.
never know how to download
You should have
stuff for my
stayed with
kids.
as a DJ.
We
then.
have a call.
Laughter saves lives. Lives. Who's on the line?
It's Butch, guys. How
Butchie!
Are you calling in to
Hi,
micromanage?
Butch. You don't like Butcher.
Are you calling in to micromanage?
Nope.
No, I'm not calling it a micromanage at all. I'm enjoying the show.
Excellent.
And listen, be nice to Butch.
Has David not been awesome?
Unbelievably informative.
Yes.
And this is something that affects a lot of people. A lot.
200,000.
So, the 9 people that are watching tonight live and all the people that watch the replay, it's someone might, even if we get one person to go and get checked out, it's worth it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was a very informative show, and we did get some yucks. I mean, Steve on the off mic had a few, and I think Frank had 1 or 2, and
maybe
Patty G had and Pat had
Half of
some.
one.
And we
Yeah,
try to
half one.
stay,
That had a half of one.
but we try to stay. We absolutely care about what David's going through. That's
Yes.
why he's here.
Absolutely.
We kid around. It's part of the process, but it's all to talk about it, be a little lighthearted in a sense about it,
Done out of
and get the
concern.
information out of
Hey,
it.
That's the whole idea.
Now,
And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention for all the folks that are watching and are going to be watching to go to our website
Yes.
and see all the shows that we're doing. You can click on a flyer and buy tickets. Frank, I reached out to Jonathan. You will be added to that flyer tonight, so no worries.
Butch making it
if you're gonna
happen.
be on the
See?
show, you got to be on the
The
flyer.
squeaky wheel gets the worm.
And John says you don't do anything,
that's
Butch.
true.
I'm really surprised. That's great.
You juxtaposed.
Yeah,
Squeaky wheel doesn't get the worm?
you could put Frank on right
That's
over
great.
Pat's picture. We have room right in front of
Right,
Pat's
just
picture.
Man,
Just
maybe we
Photoshop
need
the
a picture
face.
of the two of them hugging, and we could just use one picture.
That'll
Why
work.
not?
Well, Butch, thank you as always for calling in. And
Absolutely.
making
Please go to the website, check out the flyers, buy tickets, and let us know if you want to get on board and be a sponsor.
Thank you, Butch.
And thank you for Dwight Eisenhower
We
tonight.
have
It was very important information.
Mary Jane, Pat's
Yes.
mother, has said she was very interested story, and thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you. Yes.
And apparently the only person on this show is Pat M. That's you, Pat, because everyone only says hello to Pat.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Mary
Nancy
Jane, you raised a
Rizzuti,
wonderful son.
yeah, everyone's
Stella,
Pat.
everyone says
Yeah,
hello to
doesn't even
Pat.
say hello to me, right?
No,
She's
actually-
like,
Well,
Thanks,
I
Dave. Hold on.
build up the ratings.
Hold on. Mary Jane thanks David for your story. I learned a
Yes.
lot. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That's what I just
we
said.
want to thank
sorry.
David.
That's
We
my
wanna
mother.
thank-
That's my mother, Dave.
We want to
I
thank
summarized.
David and Ashley for coming on tonight and sharing their story. It's not easy. Hopefully we helped a few people out there, or we will. We will see you next Tuesday live,
Next Tuesday live.
where our guest will be. We don't know.
I'm going to work on getting Dennis Miller.
That would be
Den-
great.
Dennis
Miller
Miller.
on the
Wow.
show.
We're working on
Oh.
getting Dennis Miller on the show for next week. He was
Wow,
supposed
are
to be
you
here
gonna-
tonight, but he
You
had
gonna
a
bring
little
O'Reilly too?
And get checked
No,
out.
just Dennis Miller.
Right,
We might
David?
have Laura.
Get checked
Get
out.
checked
Get
out.
checked
Now, where are we
checked out.
going? Where are we
Don't be
going?
too
We're
bad.
going to.
Get checked out and get a second
checked out
opinion.
quick.
Right.
We're
Ashley's.
going-
Look what happened to Ashley. The
We're
doctor didn't
going
want to
to the
believe her.
Big Medina.
If you go to
Medina!
Watch Laughter Saves Lives every week.
If you go to Pat's restaurant, get a third opinion.
You don't have a restaurant.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circled the lips, play ball.